Hello everyone. Today I'm gonna read a, a story about money and war because it's my way to practice my reading, and you can uh, follow this channel by practicing your listening skills and your reading because you can achieve the automatic subtitles on on the settings on YouTube. In the settings on YouTube, search for automatic translation in your language. Okay, so let's get started. Make money, not war. A short story about choices, growth, and peace. Everton was a simple man who lived in a small town in Brazil. The town was quiet. The streets were calm. People knew each other. Life was not rich, but it was honest. Everton worked many hours every day. He was he was a delivery driver with his motorcycle. He woke up early, drank black coffee, and prepared for work. He liked simple things. He did not did he did not need luxury. He wanted stability. He wanted growth. But sometimes when he looked at the news on his phone, he felt tired of the world. Every day there were conflicts, poli- political fights, arguments on social media, countries threatening each other, people shouting, people dividing. One day he saw a sentence on the internet: make money, not war. He stopped scrolling. He read it again: make money, not war. It was simple, but it was powerful. A question in his mind. That sentence stayed in Everton's mind all day. While he was waiting for a food order at a restaurant, he thought, what does this really mean? Of course, he understood the literal meaning: earn money, do not fight wars. But maybe it meant more than that. Maybe it meant build, create, grow instead of destroy. When he finished work at night, he sat on a bench near a small park. The sky was orange and pink. Children were playing. A couple was walking together. And he asked himself, am I building something in my life? Or am I fighting unnecessary battles? The invisible wars. Everton realized something important. War is not always with guns and bombs. Sometimes war is arguing online, fighting with family, competing with envy, hating people with different opinions. He remembered a recent argument he had on social media. Someone had a different political opinion. Everton got angry. He wrote long comments. He lost time. He lost energy. He lost peace. Did he win? No. He only felt stressed. That night he decided something. I don't want small wars in my life. A new focus. The next morning, Everton woke up with a new mindset. Instead of opening social media immediately, he opened his notebook. He wrote goals. 1. Improve my English. 2. Save money every month. 3. Invest in my future. 4. Take care of my health. He thought, if I focus on growth, I don't have time for useless conflicts. During the day, while working, he listened to English podcasts. He repeated sentences. He practiced pronunciation. At traffic lights, he whispered phrases. Make money, not war. He smiled. A conversation with a friend. One afternoon, his friend Renato called him. Did you see what that politician said? Renato asked. This is absurd. We need to fight back. Everton took a deep breath. I understand, he said calmly, but fighting online won't change my life. I prefer to use my energy to improve myself. Renato laughed. You sound like a philosopher. Now, Everton laughed too. No, I just want peace and progress. The meaning of making money. For Everton, making money was not about greed. It was about security, helping his family, investing, having freedom. He started studying about investments. He learned about saving. He learned that small amounts saved consistently could, could grow over time. He learned that small amounts saved consistently could grow over time. He understood something powerful. Money is a tool. War destroys tools. Peace builds tools. If people spend more time building businesses, learning skills, creating value, maybe the world would have less conflict. A small test. One day, something tested him. Another delivery driver cut in front of him in traffic. It was dangerous. Everton felt anger rise inside him. He wanted to shout. He wanted to argue. He wanted to win. But then he remembered. Make money, not war. If he stopped to argue, he would lose time. Maybe lose another delivery. Maybe lose money. He took a deep breath. He continued driving. He chose peace. That small decision made him feel strong. Growth over ego. Weeks passed. Everton was calmer. He argued, argued less. He studied more. He saved more. He noticed something interesting. When he stopped fighting small wars, he had more mental energy. He slept better. He focused better. He felt lighter. Peace was profitable. A bigger vision. One evening, Everton imagined his future. He imagined speaking English fluently, creating a YouTube channel, sharing stories, teaching others what he learned. He imagined financial stability. He imagined helping younger people in his town avoid bad decisions. He understood that make money, not war, was not only about countries, it was about personal responsibility. If each person focused on growth instead of conflict, the world would slowly change. The real battle. But there was still battle. But there was still one war left. The internal war. Doubt, fear, procrastination. One night, he almost skipped his English study session. He was tired. He wanted to watch random videos. But he asked himself, is this building my future or destroying it? He opened his notebook. He studied for 20 minutes. Small victory. Sometimes the biggest war is against our own laziness. A simple philosophy. Months later, Everton was not rich, but he was different, more disciplined, more focused, more peaceful. When people around him thought about politics or gossip, he listened but did not join the fight. Instead, he asked, what can I build today? A new skill, a new idea, a new connection? That question changed everything. The power of choice. One day, a young delivery driver asked him, Everton, how do you stay calm? The world is crazy. Everton smiled. The world has always been complicated, he said, but I choose where, where to put my energy. He pointed to his head. If I use this to create value, I grow. If I use this to fight unnecessary battles, I lose. The young driver nodded. So make money, not war. Everton laughed. Exactly. Final reflection. This sentence was simple, 4 words, but it became a philosophy or philosophy. You choose. Make money, build skills, create opportunities, invest in yourself, grow with discipline, not war. Avoid useless arguments, control your emotions, choose peace, focus on Progress. Everton understood something important. Peace is productive, conflict is expensive. And every day, when he started his motorcycle and prepared to work, he whispered, make money, not war. Not because he wanted only money, but because he wanted construction, not destruction. Growth, not chaos. Future, not conflict. And step by step, delivery by delivery, word by word, in English, he built a better version of himself. Wow, what an amazing story, wasn't it? Could you tell me what did uh, Everton do after he watched stopped watch the random videos on YouTube on the internet? Tell me in the comments. See you in the next story. Stay safe and let's go and let's grow. Bye bye.